So we've got some more new tech from Fifine. Today we're going to check out the SC8 USB audio mixer for PC and PS4. On the box we've got switchable RGB, a game and chat bias mixer, so you can up the volume of your game or your chat and alternate which one's louder. 7.1 virtual surround sound. If we flip our box over, and on the back there's more information: the game chat bias, vivid indicators to monitor real-time audio status, input and output volume control, rich interface for multiple tasks. We've got self-recording sample buttons, integrated voice changer to level up the fun, 3 dedicated EQ modes plus default flat EQ to adapt different scenes, 7.1 channel virtual surround sound, and we've got all of our ports on the back there. We've got stuff like an optical in, headphones, aux in, headset. We've got our main mic for XLR. There's a switch for PC to PS4, and it looks like we've got the RGB button there to change our lighting effects. And we've also got a little toggle there for switching between dynamic microphones and condenser microphones. So with that, let's take a look at what we've got inside the box. First up, we've got a user manual with all the information we will need. I always feel like I've got to say how well packaged these items are as well from Fifine. And underneath the packaging, we've got the Ampligame SC8 mixer itself from Fifine. Very nice plastic, premium plastic construction actually. You can see all the ports on the back there. We'll take a closer look in a second. And in the bottom of the box, we've got our, should have our USB-C to A for our PC connection. And we also got an audio cable, that looks like. The USB cable does come with an adapter built in, so you can pop the USB-A off and you've got your USB-C, just in case you haven't got one or the other, and then USB-C on the other end just for the SC8 itself. Nice lengthy cable there. For the testing purposes of today, I'll be using XLR, so let's get the SC8 set up and see how it performs. So now we've got the SC8 powered up and plugged into our PC. We can see all the RGB. We've got a RGB bar on the front down there, and all the buttons are lit up. Really nice. Let's press that RGB button on the back. We can switch to different patterns, different colors. Doing kind of a cycle there. We've got all our knobs on the top here we can play with, which will be our game and chat bias. We can change that way to be more chat oriented, or this way to be more game, and you can see the bar change there as well as we adjust, and we can keep it at dead center. On the bottom left of the mixer, we've got our volume adjust for our microphone here. We can see the bar going up and down, and if we give it a press, it will light up red with a nice RGB ring, and that will be muted. No picking up of our voice at a press of a button on the SC8. On the right of that, we've got our auxiliary volume, which we can also press to mute. And above that, we've got our output, so we can adjust how loud we are, and potentially our game as well, going through to other people hearing us on our stream maybe. And we can also press that and mute it as well. Then of course we've got our voice changer with all our different voice modes, which will change with a little light up dot there to show which sound effect we're on. If we press and hold, it should cancel the voice changer. We've got our mic monitor, so we can see what level we're looking at and listen to it through our headset. We've got 48 volt phantom power there. We've got the 7.1, so if we've got our headset plugged into this, we will get our 7.1 virtual audio. We've got our EQs there. We've got a custom A, custom B, custom C, and custom D for our EQs. So we'll play with all of this and see how it all works. So now we've got our XLR microphone plugged in. We can see it's picking up our voice on the meter there on the top left of the SC8. We can do our volume here, which I've turned it right down. This mic is very sensitive, so I've turned it quite far down, so we're barely touching the yellow on the indicator. We've turned 48 volt phantom power on, because otherwise it won't power our mic properly, and we can actually get it to work. We've got our EQ settings, so let's test out what these sound like, if any different. So you be the judge. I will leave this as the default right now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Preset 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Preset 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And preset 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. But one of the main other selling points of the SC8 is the voice changer. So let's test that out. I won't be able to hear this until post-production, but hopefully we can give you a good example here. So like we said before, quick press on there, we'll put auto-tune on. How does that sound? Let's go to the next one, which will be elder.
Testing, testing. How do I sound as an elder? Let's go to monster. How do we sound as a scary monster?
Now we've got a megaphone sound effect. How does that sound?
Then we've got a baby sound effect. How do I sound as a female? And then
We've got the male, and then we press and hold.
Like we said before, to turn off the voice changer itself. To get full use out of the powerful 7.1 surround sound drivers built inside the SC8, you're going to want to use a headset with a 3.5mm jack, going straight into the 3.5mm jack for the headphones, and then once we enable 7.1, it will glow white, and we should have 7.1 surround sound then inside this headset, all powered by the SC8. And now we've got the H9 plugged into the 3.5mm jack, and we've set up everything in Windows, so it will be using the SC8 microphone and the headset. We can now use the 4 custom buttons labeled A, B, C, D at the bottom, which, if we press and hold, we can record a little snippet of our own voice or another sound effect, and then when we repress and give it a little tap, it should play that sound back through our headset speakers and come across on, say, a stream or a video. Testing, testing, 1, 2, 3. Now I've let go of the button, that should have programmed in that little voice line I've done. So if I tap the button again, testing, testing, 1, 2, 3, that should play through Windows, and you would have heard that and that bar going up for the output to show that it recorded successfully. But with all that said, you be the judge. What do you think of the sound quality of the Ampligame SC8 from Fifine, as well as its functionality? Personally, I think the SC8 is a great budget option for people trying to get into content creation and looking for other options. I wish these options were available when I started out, as we were pretty much just jump all in, or you had to use a cup on a string. And now we've got so many options that the sky is the limit. So please do let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. In the description below, I will leave all links as well as potential discount codes for you guys to pick these up on an even better bargain. And don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe if you enjoy the content I create. Most of all, thank you for watching, and I'll see you peeps next time.